so I'm going to be posting it back in the group. But the big thing here is I want to set habits and that are in alignment with our goals for these next 6 weeks. And then I'm going to teach something that I've never taught before. It's for the first time ever. I'm going to teach something to help with mindset. So kind of looking forward to speaking to you guys about that for the first time. So with that said, welcome. And this is kind of going to be like like if you were coming to Hustle to sign up, we sit down and we talk in the room. This is going to be kind of group. You feel free to keep to yourself, or we can just be an open conversation. Okay. The big thing here is getting clarity. So with that said, there's so much to be said in what you do, how often you do it, and how you do it. So what do you see when you look back at your past 90 days? What do you see? Because 90 days, was about June, July, August, July, August, September. We're here in October now. So what do you see? Have you been getting better? Have you been practicing discipline? Or have you been coasting it and taking it easy? Or there's a quote that I like. It's, you either get better or you get worse. You never stay the same. So think about what are the habits you've been doing the past 90 days? And today's going to be a lot about habits and clarity. So speaking of clarity, clarity on what you want, it creates simplicity and focus. Simplicity and focus make daily action easier. Okay. Daily action just creates momentum. And then momentum means more action, which means ultimately more results. Okay. It all starts with knowing what your version of success means. So your version of success is different than Kelly's. Kelly, yours is different than Jen. So it's everybody's version of what success looks like to them is special. And that's why today, the big question that to kind of give you all the clarity you need for these next 6 weeks is if we're sitting here 6 weeks from now, looking back on our time together for this 6-week transformation challenge, what would have had to happen over these 6 weeks to have you thrilled with your progress? So think about that to get kind of clarity on what your big goal is for these 6 weeks. So go ahead. I'm giving you guys a couple minutes to kind of write that down. Think about it. Let's fast forward to Thanksgiving. You're about to sit down with your family and friends and, looking back on your 6 weeks, are you going to be proud of the work you put in? You're going to be proud of the habits that you instilled? So this kind of was planned strategically to get you guys ready to go before the holidays. Because once the holidays comes, we've been doing this long enough. It's like Thanksgiving to Christmas. Who knows? But the big thing is just to help instill these habits right now. So when that time comes, you guys are disciplined to maintain those habits. So just take some time. I'll give you guys a couple more seconds. Anybody want to share what a goal would look like to them? It's okay if you don't. No big deal. Yeah, what's a 6-week goal for you?
Doing what I say I'm going to do. I say I'm going to do this. Yeah, say I'm going to be here 4 days a week. Yeah. I say, you know what? I'm going to cut back on what I eat.
Of course. Yeah, I love it. So following through and doing what he says he's going to do. I love it. Anybody else? Okay, that's fine. That's why we're kind of here. So that's why we're here. So go ahead.
Sorry. Right?
Okay.
But I need to know what's realistic, right? I don't want to say I want to lose 50 pounds, right? Because that's not realistic. So I want to lose body fat, but what is a realistic number that doesn't put me in a position where I'm just going to fail?
Okay. So you want to lose body fat, correct? Okay. Cool. So I think that's, we could, with that, I'll kind of answer this question right now. It is kind of meeting you where you're at. So that's why we'll get your InBody before your day one next week. And then we'll be able to put a plan in place to kind of, get you to set you up for success so we know where you're at. You know what I mean? And then in 3 weeks, hello, what's up? How you doing? And then in 3 weeks, we'll assess the progress and go from there. But I'll talk to you more about that as well. What's up? How you doing, Tracy? So with that said, anybody else want to share? No? It's okay. Yeah. Cool. Of course. Of course. Absolutely. So that's amazing because John, like what you kind of said, showing up is the hardest part. Like you showing up today to this random gym in Addison, it means a lot and it shows a lot and it's important to you to just kind of, that's the first step. That's a big win for you right there. So that's good. Now it just comes down to putting little habits in place to get you there. So once you have clarity on what you want, and I know you have, a little bit of clarity, whatever it may be, but once you have clarity on what you want, ask yourself, what type of daily habits does a person that achieves those type of goals have? So what does let's just bring an example. Let's say somebody wants to lose 10 pounds in 6 weeks. What type of habits does a person who wants to lose 10 pounds in 6 weeks have? This could be a fun exercise. I'm going to get to it next, but habits create the behaviors needed to achieve success. And you don't achieve results by focusing on the results and the goals. You get results by focusing on the habits and the behaviors. You could say, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 50 pounds in a year, all you want, if you don't take action to making that happen. But the big thing is focusing on little bite-sized chunks to make that become a reality. Those bite-sized chunks are habits. So with that said, like, what are some habits that somebody that wants to lose 10 pounds have? Or what are some habits that somebody that wants to follow through have, that wants to lose body fat have? So it can go, something as simple as, I'm going to just kind of go through this. You guys can think about your own. I'm going to give you time. But from a nutrition standpoint, if you're not like, we're not expecting you to come in here and eat perfect and drink a gallon of water. Now you recently heard this. It's like, no, it's about progress, not perfection. There's not a perfect plan for everybody. It's something as simple as tracking what you're eating for 3 days. You can realize, oh, wow, this is what I'm eating. I'm eating this much, or hey, I'm not even eating at all. Or something as simple as tracking how much water you have. Or something that's very common is how many of us are guilty? How many of us have coffee before water in the morning? Or see something like that where, yeah. So something as simple as soon as you wake up, have an 8-ounce glass of water before your coffee. That's 8 ounces more than you had, the day before. And it's kind of just meeting the big theme of this, which I'm going to get into, is meeting yourself where you're at for this challenge. Okay. Hustle workouts. So, hey, if somebody's just getting started and never worked out a day in their life, we're not going to expect them to see you guys later. But we're not going to expect them to, if somebody's never worked out a day in their life, we're not going to be like, all right, Julie, we're going to work out 5 days in a row. No, you're going to work out 1 to 2 days a week. Let's build you up. Okay. Especially if you're just getting started. So put a plan in place. Like, hey, I'm going to commit to one workout. And if you show up that one workout, awesome. I feel great. Coach, I'm going to come in again. Right. Okay. Then start to build momentum. So, John, you've built up a lot of momentum. I think 4 days will be fine as long as, if it fits the schedule. So additional workouts. So in addition to your hustle workouts, maybe you wanted to do a workout at home. And when you think of workouts at home, I'm a fan of something's better than nothing. Like when you think of a workout, think of like a 50-minute workout. No, sometimes a 5 to 10-minute workout is beneficial. Yeah, you're on a call, you're walking, like doing something like that will be very beneficial. So put a plan in place for that. Moving on to number 5, walks. So, hey, you have 5 to 10 minutes, you're on a middle in between work calls or whatever it may be, get some steps in, go for a walk. Some movement is better than no movement. And I've sat down with people before and it's, they walk 2,000 steps a day. Again, we're not going to expect you to get to 8,000 steps, 10,000 steps. No, it's baby steps. So if you're walking 2,000 steps, aim for 3. Baby steps. That's what's going to get you there. Sleep. This is an underrated one. I know it's tough. But again, meet yourself where you're at from a sleep standpoint. If you're sleeping 5, 6 hours a night, maybe try to go to bed a little bit early. Maybe set the phone down. Maybe, minimize screen time. Do little things that kind of set you up for success to get a little bit more sleep. Because ultimately, sleep is going to help you with stress, with recovery, with results. I read one of my mentors actually, I'm on his email list, and he tested something earlier in the year, and he's got 4 kids. He's actually 3. His wife's pregnant. He slept for 6.5 hours. No, sorry. He slept for 6 hours 1 week. What, 1 month? I'm sorry. And then the following month, he slept for 7.5 hours just to test it every night. And he lost body fat that month because that's the only thing he changed just by sleeping more. So prioritizing sleep is very important as well. Like I said, that kind of goes hand in hand with the stress management. And again, the whole theme of this has been meeting yourself where you're at. It's about consistency over intensity. It's on the walls. Prove to yourself that you can reach your goal. Prove to yourself that you can do this. And progress, not perfection. Another one that's on the wall. And I've said this, we don't expect you to come in here and drink a gallon of water, work out 5 days a week, eat perfect, sleep 7 hours a night, walk 10,000 steps. No. What is sustainable for you for these 6 weeks? And it all comes down to starting where you are, doing what you can, and getting 1% better every day. It's simple, but it's not easy. And it's a matter of just prioritizing what's important right now and executing. So if you want to share, I want to help too. What are some actionable habits that you're going to incorporate into your routine the next 6 weeks? Now, some of us might have a long list. That can be overwhelming. I want us to do 1 to 2 things. Notice how I said my mentor just changed his sleep. Like, hey, if I'm going to go these 6 weeks, I'm going to get my 2 hustle workouts in. I'm going to do 2 walks. I'm going to walk 10 minutes a day. Like, that's 2 things. And everything else can remain the same. So what are 2 things? Cool. Yeah. Cool. Meal prepping. Of course. And when you meal prep now, it's about keeping it simple. Maybe you just meal prep for lunch. That's it. And you build that habit. And then maybe you build, go ahead. Yeah, of course. Yep. So meal prepping your breakfast. Yeah, yeah, of course. Of course. It's one, yeah, just then one thing. Breakfast, hard-boiled eggs, whatever, some fruit, blueberries, whatever it may be. Anything else? What other some habits? Mhm.
Is I gotta add protein.
Yep,
So not so much meal prepping, but meal planning, that okay, this is what I'm gonna plan to eat, try to stock those foods.
of course.
Protein.
Love it. Love it. So prioritizing protein and planning your protein ahead of time. Okay, cool. Anybody else? Say what? Shutting off the food at night. So talk to me more about that, like at a certain time or of course. Of course. Okay. Of course, of course, of course. Okay. Not yeah. So that can be like portion control. Like you still have it, but not as much. Or it's like I have it. I'm making this up. Maybe you have it every night. Maybe it's 6 nights. Maybe it's 5 nights. Little things like that can make a big difference. Anybody else?
Giving up some.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We go
Yeah. Of course. That's why they get you there. So, yeah. Yeah, Gianna loves those. So yeah, yeah, and that means I love them too. So yeah, so yeah. But no, that's really good. Anybody else? Nope. Okay. So the next part, um, this is more of the mindset part that, like I said, this next part is what I'm learning it and I'm excited to kind of teach it for the first time here. So mental toughness. If I were to teach somebody how to develop mental toughness, what would you have them do? Okay. Because this challenge or this, whatever life is, it's about having a strong mind. If you have a strong mind, and I know a lot of people in my circle that have very strong mindsets, and I learn a lot from them. So having a strong mind is greater than everything. And that goes hand in hand with controlling your habits when it comes to the ice cream, controlling the food, it's a mindset. Okay. So with that said, there's 5 things I want to talk about. The first one is addressing your own language. Address the language that you speak to yourself with. Um, and I have notes for this actually because I don't want to miss anything. But the and my iPad's on 5%. Cool. So pay attention to what you say to yourself. Okay. Sometimes, hey, I have a big problem. Oh, I have a big problem. I eat ice cream every night. Okay. Or is this an opportunity to get better? Is this an opportunity to, okay, hey, let's see what happens if I stop eating the ice cream every night. This is an opportunity for me to actually see results, feel better, move better, get stronger, all of that stuff. Because I'm guilty of this too. And it's like the words you use shape how you feel. The relationship with yourself is the most important thing. Okay. So pay attention to what you say, both internally, like your mind, the way you speak to yourself, and what you say out loud, because it makes a very, very big difference to the results you see. Even the vocabulary that you use is very important. And some of what we're saying, you don't even realize that you're saying it, and it's just kind of like you're putting limitations on yourself. So also it's here's another thing, Michael, right? So if Michael says, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at I'm not good at I'm not good at football. I'm not good at sports. I'm not good at school. How are you going to handle it as a parent? You say, "Oh, you're not good." No. Well, you say, "No, it's okay. We're going to get better. This is how we're going to get better." So think about the way you speak to your kids about it. So yeah. Yeah, I'm getting to it. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, you're good. That's awesome. So the power. I'm not good at this yet. I'm not there yet. I didn't reach my goal yet. That word yet, thanks Victoria, it's so powerful. So addressing your own language is very important. Number 2, immersion. Immerse yourself into challenging things, whether it be me just this is hard, me speaking is hard, like doing this challenge is hard. Immerse yourself, because in order to be mentally strong, you actually have to do things. Like I can listen to all the motivational speakers all I want. You can listen to all the people on Instagram and TikTok all you want, but nothing happens if you don't immerse yourself. So give yourself credit for showing up and doing the best you can, because that is part of the immerse. You have to immerse yourself into doing hard things. That's how you get better. You develop grit, you develop fortitude, you develop discipline, all of that stuff. Number 3, Focus on the next action, not the entire thing. Notice how I said we're picking 1 to 2 habits. That's it. Notice how I said just this 6 weeks. What is your goal for the 6 weeks? Not, hey, what's your big goal? Something like, want to lose 50 pounds. No, we're not talking about losing 50 pounds. We're just talking about these next 6 weeks and how we can build momentum because it's about, what's up, man? It's about bite-sized chunks. I mentioned that earlier. So what's important right now? So think about that. What's important right now for you these next 6 weeks? So with that said, it's like, you ever hear of Navy SEALs buds training, like the training for them to be Navy SEALs. So they talk about the people that quit that training, the people that quit that, we know what they think about. They think about finishing. They think about, oh, I gotta get to the finish. I gotta get to the finish. The people that succeed, you know what they think about? They think about just making it to the next meal. Make it to the next meal. Make it to the next meal. Set checkpoints for yourself. Don't think about the big overwhelming goal of, 50 pounds or whatever it may be. It's about bite-sized chunks. Make it to the next, hey, like in hustles for this, make it to the next workout. Make it to the next workout. Make it to the next walk. Make it to the next meal, whatever it may be. That makes a big difference in this shifting the mindset. Number 4, this is important because this is why we're doing this. Your peer group. Who do you surround yourself with? Are the people that surround yourself getting you better or getting you worse? Do they support you or are they discouraging you or are they encouraging and helping you reach those goals? Because you'll take yourself to another level, personally, professionally, whatever it may be, when you surround yourself with people who challenge you to do hard things and get better. You force yourself to get a little uncomfortable, and uncomfortable helps you grow. And I'm learning that day after day after day. So who do you hang around with? This peer group right here, the people that are doing the challenge, yes, but also I'm confident that this gym in itself is a wonderful peer group to surround yourself with if you're a young athlete or adult from 8 to 68 years old. We got them here. So this is a great peer group to help you succeed. No, we got our 68. We got 68. No, yesterday she signed up. Got it. Yeah. Tomorrow's day 2 for her. So yeah. So yeah, she moves great. So number 5, education. What information are you consuming from a mindset perspective? What are you listening to? What are you reading? It's about having the growth mindset. For so long, even from kids and stuff like that, I'm sure it's with kids here. I could ask those parents that are in the lobby in the gym right now. It's like I'm not, they think they're born with the skill. They think they're not going to get any better. And that where it goes, whereas the yet comes in mind is have a growth mindset and be open to change, be open to getting better, and think that, hey, the self limitations you're putting on yourself, you can bust through those by just focusing on the bite-sized chunks and getting a little bit better. And that's what this whole purpose of this 6-week transformation is. And yeah, you could have the body transformations, but you can't achieve those body transformations unless you have the mind. And that is more important to me personally, is getting your mind right before you do anything. So when you are consistent with this and insert this, your habits, 1 to 2, you will change. And we'll be sitting here in 6 weeks talking about your transformation and how you began to develop discipline throughout this process. So with that said, just to kind of bring some more points here. This is your new day 1. You're going to measure backwards from this person today. Do something that your future self will be proud of you for every single day. Little things, drinking more water. That's a win. Small steps lead to massive results over time. Okay. And throughout this challenge and throughout life, you're going to be dealt with something that Nick Saban, who knows who Nick Saban is, football coach, retired now. One of my favorite football coaches ever. He said, feeling worth versus choice. There's going to be days that you don't feel like coming to the gym. You don't feel like eating right. You don't feel like going on a walk. but you have to make a decision. You have to decide to do what is required to your goals. Not everybody else's, your goals. Do what's required to reach your goals. It's about having discipline and habits over motivation because motivation will fade. Not everybody is motivated, okay? But it's about just getting those habits. And at the end of the day, you are stronger than you think. You are much stronger than you think. And I'm excited for this challenge. And I look forward to the opportunity to work with you. All the coaches do. And I'm going to kind of open it up to some questions and answers.